Hey everyone, welcome back to A Glimpse of Clarity. Today, I'm here with my wife, Madeline.
Hello, guys.
And she's here with me, Steven. We also have our two cats up here with us. So Michael's right here. You can't really see him.
He's in between us. And then we also have
Mia right behind Madeline.
She is sleeping on the top of the couch. So
today we're gonna be talking about our college experience and kind of like why we did some things that we did and just normal college things that I don't know.
Yeah, it's just what our experience
was with college.
I wouldn't say we had the typical college experience like whatsoever. But we got through it. Well, I guess I kind of did.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. So first of all, we want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Clive for giving us this idea. He commented on our YouTube video that we posted yesterday or 2 days ago or something. I don't know. But thank you for the suggestion.
And if you guys have some suggestions, please let us know. We're open to anything.
Yes.
And we might use your idea.
Yeah. So I was still in high school when Madeline went off to college. So Madeline's going to kind of tell her was it her first year or first 2 years?
So I actually went to community college for my first year of college. I just went to one here in my town because I was doing a tour at the time where I was meeting supporters and whatnot. And so I would leave every weekend, or I think it was like 2 weekends out of the month, maybe 3. I can't remember.
You were gone a lot.
I was gone a lot during the month. And so I just knew I wouldn't be able to do the actual university life where I lived on campus and whatnot. Would have been dumb for me because money wise. So I just lived at home for that year, and it was good because Steven was still here.
Yeah.
So I just lived at home, got to see Steven, and I went to community college. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely recommend community college for your first 2 years.
I wish I would have done community college first because a couple years into college, I actually transferred to a community college and just to finish up my basics. And it was so much cheaper than the typical 4-year university.
And if I know a lot of people, they want to get out of the house, they want to go experience the life of college. But if that's not you, like I didn't have really any desire. We're not partiers or anything.
No.
So I've never been one. So I just wanted to stay home and I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not for everyone, that's for sure. But I mean, it was for me and I liked it. I again, saved a lot of money. I'm very fortunate that my parents paid for my college.
Yeah.
So kind of saved them some money. So they better say thank you to me too. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that's kind of what I did. And then after that first year, I went to Charleston State University, which is still not far at all from where I lived. It was only about 45 minutes.
But if you would have gone there like your first 2 years of college,
it would have been expensive.
But if you were still doing your tour, like that's so much farther away from the airport too, which is so annoying. Because whenever we like lived together, which we'll get into in a minute, but we came home every single weekend.
Basically.
Almost every single weekend. And we'd bring our cats, and that was just horrible.
Yeah, I came home. Okay, so sorry, guys. I went to Tarleton. I did live like near campus, but I did not live on campus.
Yeah.
So I saved some money there as well. I lived in an apartment that was literally walking distance.
It used to be a part of our school, Tarleton.
Yeah.
Like it used to be a part. It used to be like, were they dorms at one point?
Yeah, I think it was like off campus. It was like on campus apartments, not dorms.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't remember. I know it was once a part of Tarleton. So literally walking distance. It was perfect. Loved it so much. But I kind of did that because I needed to get out of the house. I was, I think, 19 at that point.
Yeah.
And I needed to get that experience. So I finally left the nest of my parents' home and I lived in my apartment.
It's probably kind of sad for your parents too, because you were like the last kid to move out.
I was the last kid to move out. But I still came home every single weekend,
Yeah.
obviously to see my parents because I get homesick so easily, and to see Steven.
Yeah, because I was still in high school at this point, and I was working. I can't remember if I may have worked for a little bit while you were
I think you did.
there. I can't remember. But anyways, like she would come home every single weekend to see me, and sometimes I would go see her, but
It was rare.
I hardly came over.
Yeah, because he didn't spend the night or anything. So, but that way I could spend the night at my parents' house and still be here the next morning.
Yeah.
So I actually, instead of getting a 1-bedroom apartment my first year, I wanted to do the roommate thing. I wanted to get that experience. So I got a random roommate. Luckily, I mean, I'm sure all college apartments that are like near the campus do this, but they had this thing where you could get a random roommate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that because, like I said, I wanted that experience. And I got really lucky with my roommate.
You really did.
I really liked Megan. She was super cute and fun. I actually have some videos with her on my YouTube channel.
And she's so freaking sweet.
Yeah, she is really nice. And so
she had a cat named Memphis. Yeah.
Is that the good?
Oh, sorry that I ruined that for you.
Yeah. So when we were first talking, they like emailed us each other's names and our phone numbers and I think our email so we could like contact each other. So we found each other on Instagram and we kind of just like texted each other, and she asked me like, "Are you okay with cats?" And I was like, yeah, I'm planning on getting one. And she said that she was going to bring her cat Memphis. And I said, heck yes. So when I first moved in, it really like it helped a lot because Memphis warmed up to me fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And so before I got Mia, I got her in November. So I had moved in August.
Yeah.
Or no, I think it was like July.
It was like right before school started.
Yeah, I think it was July. So I at least had Memphis too,
Yeah.
that I could just be like, oh, a cat, cool. Because I've always had a cat. Like I've always grown up with one.
Which is so weird to me because I always grew up with dogs. Like I never had a cat.
Yeah.
Or anything.
And so it made it a lot easier. I mean, at first I was super homesick, and I think I was the entire time, honestly.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting Mia in November, so it was great. But where I was going with that was that I really liked Megan, and I was thrilled that I had that awesome experience. I have no bad stories, honestly. I feel like a lot of people have like horror stories of their roommate.
Yeah.
But what was good about our apartment was we each had our own rooms, and then we had a common area, which was the living room and the kitchen. So I feel like with dorm rooms, you're in one room.
Yeah.
That stresses me out, you guys.
I couldn't imagine. Like you need your privacy.
I could not do a dorm. Like personally, I could not.
No, and I'm fortunate enough to like, and we'll get into my side of this story here in a little bit, but I was so lucky to move in with Madeline my first year of college. Like that.
Not to mention, it saves a lot of money.
So much money living off campus.
Like the tuition to be on campus was.
It was like $3,000 or $4,000 extra just to
a semester.
Yeah, just to get a dorm.
It was crazy. And then like
plus the food, like the cafeteria.
You kind of spend that much regardless, like at an apartment, but I just felt like I had more freedom. I didn't have to worry about RAs or what are they called? What are they actually called?
I think they're just RAs.
Residential assistants?
I don't know. Somebody fact check us on that.
Anyway, RAs are basically the people, if you don't know that, like are in the hallway making sure that you're not doing bad things.
Which you didn't do bad things anyways. Like,
but I just didn't have to worry. I mean, I was in an apartment complex, but I didn't have to worry about being too loud.
You couldn't have got Mia if you lived at the dorm. We wouldn't have her right now.
Oh my gosh, I really wouldn't.
I know. That's so sad. Like, I hear stories of like people like smuggling cats.
They like rescue them or whatever. Sorry, Michael did mommy. I kind of leaned on him. I was looking at Mia.
Michael.
And he just left. But anyway, so that was my kind of like apartment situation. And that was only for a year. I lived with Megan. I honestly probably would have lived with her again. I think we were kind of talking about that. But then Steven decided to go to Tarleton too. And so we ended up getting an apartment together.
And so a question that we get asked a lot, like we were young, like we were 18 and 19, 20. So the first thing that most people ask was like, how did you move in? Like, were your parents okay with it? So I wouldn't say my parents were like,
They were not thrilled.
yeah, they weren't thrilled. So, but they also weren't like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah,
because I'm an adult.
They
Like,
weren't gonna like kick you out of the family or
Yeah,
whatever.
so we ended up. It's funny at how I told them like that we were gonna live together. I kind of just went up and said, "Yeah, I'm thinking about moving in with Madeline." So we kind of like, they loved Madeline, so they were.
It wasn't about like, them not liking me and him wanting to live with me. I think it was more of, should y'all be living together that young?
Yeah. Because what if something did happen to us and we're stuck in an apartment together
For the whole lease
Yeah.
or whatever.
Because our lease was like 1 year, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year at a time. So, dude, I know we're supposed to be talking about college. We're talking about our college apartments, but we'll still get into college.
Yeah, but that's
later.
part of it. This
Okay,
is our
cool.
experience.
So-
We're talking about, we never lived on campus. So we had to talk about.
Yeah, I could not imagine living on campus. I've never been like, growing up, I've only had like 3 or 4 friends at a time, and then the rest I've had acquaintances.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I could just go into a dorm and just get a random person. I couldn't. There's no way I could. So our apartment, it was a dude. What was it? It was a studio. I can't think of the word
a studio.
Studio apartment was like 400 square feet. Tiny.
It was small.
It
I
was
didn't
hard.
realize how small it was until
No.
Steven the other day brought up how I literally did not have a closet.
Yeah, no.
I lived out of a dresser in like this little cubby holder thing that didn't even have drawers or anything. Like I would just like fold my t-shirts and put them on the.
And so we shared a dresser.
Yeah.
We had both of our like socks and underwear in the dresser and our TV on top. And
We did have a closet, but it was obviously for one person.
But it was so weird because there was a door. You couldn't walk inside of it, but there was
just
it was long. It was like
it was long, but the size of a shirt.
yeah, so like you could fit shirts in there, and if you fit a shirt in the very back, you'd have to like
push them
reach all the way back in there. And we didn't have a space for a vacuum cleaner either, so the vacuum cleaner was in the closet at the same time. So like it was hard for us.
I would hang up like my nice stuff in Steven's closet because I let him have the closet because he actually wore like t-shirts that he would hang up or whatever.
Yeah.
My t-shirts were more of I just need to throw them on and go to class. It wasn't like
You were wearing hoodies anyways.
yeah.
Nobody,
So I really did not mind having the dresser or whatever. Like he put his jeans and stuff in there, but I also had like a majority of my clothes at home and I went home every weekend. So if I knew, oh, I need that pink shirt, I would just bring it with me.
Yeah.
And then like slowly like change out my clothes. So when winter time would come, I would take all my summer clothes home and then change it out. So it really was not that bad, but I didn't realize just how small it was.
Until like you like live in a bigger setting, you never realize how small it really like it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard like I don't know.
And like we're in a 3-bedroom house right now and we already feel like we don't have enough room.
I know. It like
So how did we live in a 1-bedroom?
I don't know. And like the reason why we think we need more room is because we do want to like have a room dedicated for a podcast. And so like we're in my office right now and I can either have this table set up right in front of us or my chair in. Like so every single time I need to bring my chair and work on my computer, I have to bring my chair in, take this table down, and clean everything up before
move the microphones, move all the stuff that he already has set up. So we just hope like one day soon or whatever that we could get a 4-bedroom. Like a 4-bedroom would be ideal for sure. But I don't know. We'll just
4-bedroom in an office would be awesome.
Oh,
because whenever we have kids, like they're gonna need to have a room.
Yeah. And then maybe like one day my craft room will be vetoed or something.
It doesn't have to be vetoed. We can share.
Yeah, I know. We could like combine your like the office with the craft room and then
because really like if we have like a dedicated
this has nothing to do with college. Sorry guys.
If we have like a dedicated space for podcasting, like I don't need all this room in my office. Like you could we could share an office. Don't you guys think?
But that's for the future.
Yeah.
We don't even have like anything lined up. We're staying here for a while. We just bought this house like a year ago.
Almost 2.
No, it was like a year and a half.
That's almost 2. That's
I
almost
guess
2.
so, yeah.
Anyways, college was not really that crazy for us.
Because we did not live on campus.
Yeah.
So we did save money, yes, but I also feel like we didn't have that typical college experience. And I don't know if I really regret that or not.
I don't. If I'm going to be honest, I don't, because
There's some days that I wish I would have done that scene of like the sorority or whatever. But then again, I think about my personality and how I don't need friends.
Yeah.
So like I don't drink I do drink or whatever, but I don't party.
Yeah.
It's not like that's my lifestyle where I want to go out on a Friday night, get all dressed up and cute.
Yeah.
I've never been like that.
We did have like friends that went to the same college. Like when we would meet up with them, go over to their apartments, go out to bars every once in a while. But we never, like us two alone, went to a bar by ourselves.
We should do that one day before we have kids.
Yeah.
We should do it. We should go. We should do that.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
I think we need to experience that, just going into a bar.
But it's like, I don't want to, I don't know how to explain this, but like, I don't need to go into a bar to like have fun. I like to stay home.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I don't like to go out and like,
which
do
I get
crazy
the
stuff.
appeal.
Yeah.
I do understand that. I understand why people love that about college. Is like they look back on that time and they're like, wow, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not going to get that chance, but me as of right now, I don't think I regret it.
Right now, I don't either.
Because, I mean, we could technically go out and party every Friday night if we wanted to right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're more stable.
We don't need to be in college to go party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I also don't have like a lot of, this is what I was going to say. If you want to have friends, like if you're not your sole reason why you're going to college, but one of the big parts of why you're excited to go to college is to meet people, I would 100%
stay in the dorms.
Yeah, live on campus, because I feel like it's just way harder to meet people in class.
Yeah. I like, you do meet people in class, but it's not the same, I don't think.
Michael is being insane, you guys. Hey, come
crazy
here.
boy.
He sees all the like shadows or something.
Maybe.
It's okay, buddy.
It's okay, man.
Sorry. What were you talking about?
We were just talking about meeting people in class.
Oh, okay, yeah. I met several people in class. I still follow them on Instagram and I still keep up with them. I mainly had like study buddies. Like we would meet up at the library.
Make study buddies while you're in college.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
If I didn't have study buddies, there's no way I would have passed like the majority of my classes.
Yeah, I would definitely find
That's
someone.
Probably not true, but
What did you say?
I said I wouldn't have passed my classes if I didn't have study buddies.
I didn't even hear you say that.
It's not like the truth, but definitely for geology. I sucked so bad at geology. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole other situation. But yeah, I think if you're looking to have friends, I would live on campus, because
100%.
when people go to class, they kind of just go to class to go to class. I mean, yeah, some people are looking for friends or whatever, but like I said, I still follow people and I'm still rooting them on and being like, wow, they actually went through with that. Or, oh, they changed their major. They're no longer doing that.
Speaking of changing majors, don't be afraid to change your major. I changed my major like 3 times before even going into college.
Mm-hmm. So what was
my initial major, like the summer before going into college, it was like dentistry. So I wanted to be a dentist so bad it was like my weird obsession.
He loved teeth.
I still do love teeth.
He loved teeth. I don't even know what I said, but he loved teeth.
I love teeth. They're interesting to me. They're bones that we can see that, I don't know, like we wouldn't survive without them, I don't think. I don't know. Anyways, totally off topic, but I wanted to be a dentist so bad. So orientation comes up, and so I go into class. I don't even go to class. I go to like this huge science room. What is that called? The
auditorium.
Auditorium. I walk in there and they're like, yeah, so you're going to need to take biology 1, 2, AP, chemistry, blah, 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 chemistry, blah, 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 blah. Like I had to take
before he even got into dental school.
And before my basics. I don't know how people do that. I can't. I suck at science. Like I really do. I was just talking about how I sucked at geology. that was the study of rocks, and that was so hard. Like it doesn't.
And then at the same
work with my
time,
brain.
sorry guys, this is totally again off topic, but why did you have to take geology?
I don't-
Why did I
don't
have
know.
to take geology?
I don't know. Like
Anyway, that we'll get into that in a second too, guys. But let's go back to what you're doing.
my major. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you went to dentist. You're
I
gonna
walk
be a
in there
dentist.
and I'm freaking out. They're telling me I need to sign up for all these classes like now. And it's like my turn to sign the papers. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like I told all the people, like this auditorium was packed. with
because
people.
before you even got there, they're like, "What are you wanting to do?" And then they like sent him like either is he playing?
He
with
brought
a
his toy in here. He wants to play so bad.
Michael brought his toy.
Here, reach down there and grab it.
Hey, buddy, let me have that. So
I walk. Yeah,
here's the
that's
toy.
the toy Michael brought in.
Yeah, so as soon as he got there on that day, like the sign up day or whatever, they basically asked
say-
you, what are you wanting to do? And the teachers would go to one area.
Well, actually, you don't like.
Is that
Go
bad
there?
if he's kicking them?
Yeah, probably. Sorry, we had to get Michael's toy out of the way. So like before you even go to college, you have to like apply and like say what your major is. So my major was something to do with dentistry. I don't know. So I walk in there and I'm like, I do not want to do this. I told all the people like, I can't do this. I'm freaking out right now. So I say, I don't know, just put me in business. Like everybody does, like every guy that goes to college does business their first time. So I go all the way to this other side of the business building and I sign up for my classes there because I have no idea what I want to do now. Like dentistry was out of the way. Like it's out of the question.
Mm-hmm.
No way I was going to do that. And so I go over there, I sign up for all my new classes, and then a couple years go by and then I change it to BCIS, which is computer information systems, is basically like computer stuff. And like I can code and stuff like that. And then I changed it to film. I changed it like 4 times total. I don't know how many times I did.
Yeah. I only changed mine actually twice. So I first went to school to be an elementary school teacher, which was, I guess, education,
Yeah.
EC through 6, which is early childhood through 6th grade.
Cool.
I didn't want to do middle school or high school, so I thought at the time. So I was in the elementary education program, and I did it for, did you say 2 years?
You did it for quite a while.
I think it was 2 years, and I was getting to the student teaching part. And they were talking to us about what the next semester would entail and how, like, I would have to go to this campus twice a week and all this stuff. And I lived, like, in a town that I lived in, they offered doing the student teaching, but they put me in a whole different city. And I was like, if they would have just put me in my hometown, I could wake up and like spend the night in my hometown and then go to do student teaching. And I probably would have stuck it through if I was able to do it like that. But knowing that I was going to have to drive 45 minutes at 6 a.m. or whatever time it was to get there on time.
No way.
And it's also not paid, which I don't understand how student teaching is not paid. But anyway, it was going to be a lot. It was going to be a lot of like hours that I had to do. I had to do all these papers. I had to do all this on top of all my other classes too. And so I just started panicking, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if I'm going to be happy in the future. I've always wanted to be a teacher because, like I've said in the last podcast, if you guys watched episode 2, but I talked about how I wanted to be a teacher because I wanted to be that positive person in people's lives or
So,
children's lives.
Children don't always have like the best life. So Madeline wanted to be that person that could talk to the kids and be that loving person that kid needs in their life.
Yeah, and I figured out that I can do that with my job right now.
Yeah.
Like I know that I am being somewhat of a positive influence on, I hope, your life or whoever's listening in one way or another. And I figured out I am already kind of doing that. So I don't have to be in a school setting to do that. And so I started looking at other options because I did still want to finish my college degree, but I knew I did not want to do education. It was just way too much for me at the time. I think our YouTube was like doing really well.
Mhm.
And so we wanted to pursue this longer and put our full attention as much as we can at least into it.
Yeah.
Well, I went to my advisor and I was just kind of talking to her and she was like, have you ever thought about psychology? And I was like, you know what? I really like psychology. I like just learning about people and why they are the way they are. And it actually worked out that a majority of my credits were going to transfer.
Yeah.
And so I think like all of my classes, except for maybe 2 that were education classes, didn't transfer, but I was okay with that. They took a lot. So basically I was in psychology and I graduated with that. I was in psychology, I guess, for 2 more years.
Yeah.
So I was in college for a total of 5.
Yeah.
I think 5.5.
I mean, I don't think that's bad. I think
No, I
that's
did it. I
normal.
finished it. I don't care.
Yeah, you're out. Me, on the other hand, most people are probably like, I still get like questions all the time, like, Steven, what's your major? Steven, when do you graduate? Long story short, last semester or 2 semesters ago, so I guess a year ago, I dropped it. I dropped out. And only because the things that I want to do with my life, I'm already doing. I have a great portfolio, I think. If I do, like, I don't know. But
So he was in film.
I was in film. Okay, yeah, I forgot to say I'm in film classes. And so I was taking, in order for me to graduate, I had to take a class on how to edit. I forget, it was like introduction to film. And so I had to learn how to edit using Premiere Pro, which I already did with my job. I was in college doing YouTube and I edited with Premiere Pro. My professor was like an ex-ESPN guy. I don't know. He was like doing behind the scenes film stuff. So he was teaching
for
the classes.
ESPN.
Yeah. So I go up there and we actually know each other because he was actually doing radio at Tarleton. And so I like was in with the radio guys and that guy knew me. So we're in class and I'm like, oh, I already know how to do this, blah, blah, blah. Because he knew that I did YouTube and everything. And I ended up teaching some of that class because the professor didn't know some of the things.
Like he knew different shortcuts or
Yeah.
different ways to do it. And he paid how much money? Like $600,
It's like $600 or $700
to learn how to edit, and you already do that.
And I already knew the entire course.
Yeah. And there were just some other classes too that we were reading that he was going to have to take. And we're like, dude, you already do that. You already know
Like
that.
for me to graduate, I had to take drawing one. Like I need to draw for a college credit.
Yeah. And I get it. I get it. There's some classes. It's like college is to figure out what you want to do with your life. So I went in there thinking I wanted to be a teacher.
It changes a
learned
lot.
pretty quickly I did not want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, you thought you wanted to be a dentist. And as soon as you got on campus.
As soon as I got there, I did not want to do it.
So I do get it. And I understand why you do your basics first, because you're still kind of learning what do you want to do while you can test the waters while you're in this elective and that elective or whatever. But there are just some classes that I'm just like, why? And so Steven, at first, again, he wanted to shoot movies. And he realized...
I realized I did not want to do that.
To do that, we would have had to move to a big city or to Atlanta or to whatever. And so where we're at and where we wanted to stay, that was not going to be a great job choice.
No.
And so...
And I know, like, if I would have stuck through with it, I maybe would have got connections, but...
Not at Tarleton.
No. And really, I dropped out because it makes me happy. I'm not saying, like, drop out of college if it makes you happy, but drop out if you... Don't drop out of college.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying, but...
We don't want this to be... That's why we haven't really talked about it, is because...
I don't want to...
Everybody's... There's, like, certain majors that I think, do you really need that? Especially because Steven already has his portfolio. He already has all the videos he's edited. He has all these photos that he's edited. What he's wanting to do right now is do mini commercials for people, like small businesses.
Like I don't know how much I would charge, but I want to do like what are they, like Just super small businesses.
Mini commercials.
I want to give them commercials
that can go on their social media
Yeah.
or whatever to help promote their business. And he's good with like the up close shots. He's good with, getting people in focus and stuff.
Yeah.
And then also we're looking into maybe doing photography like in our area.
Yeah. It's just like, and I wouldn't just do that by myself because I could not show somebody how to pose. I don't know what looks good. I just know how to use a camera. So I think we'd do like a kind of a duo thing.
Yeah. A husband-wife duo. I would be the one that makes sure their hair looks pretty and is laying nice and their hand isn't, I don't know, awkward. Yeah. And then I would most likely do like the bookings and keeping the appointments in line.
I'd be the camera guy.
He would be the camera guy like he is for our YouTube videos and everything like that. So he would edit the photos and whatnot. So, sorry, I was getting a phone call from Steven's mom. I'll call you back.
I think she just called me too.
Did she?
I felt my phone vibrate.
Shoot, that kind of makes me nervous. But anyway.
I'll ask her if she's okay.
I'll keep talking. So he's wanting to do photography. And we just felt like him paying all this money for his degree, he didn't really need that because people aren't in his job field, in the job field that he's wanting to be in. You don't ask for their college degree. You ask for their portfolio. Exactly. You ask for their photos. You ask for their videos that they've done because you want to see their editing style.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be a doctor or a nurse, obviously,
I don't think you need a degree to be a doctor.
No. So there are some things that I'm just like, I don't know. And
I personally didn't need a college degree. If I want to go back, I can. That's what's so great about
that is the beauty of college is you can go back. His credits live up for 10 years, I'm pretty sure.
If not, it's like 7 or 5 or
5 to 10 years. Yeah. So he's got time to think about it. But I don't know, you guys. I don't want y'all to take this as we got to go drop out right now. Think about your degree and also think about if employers are going to choose somebody with a college degree over you.
Yeah. And just think about like what you want to do too. Because you might think you know what you want to do right now, but it could change.
You also learn so much about yourself in college.
You really do.
I encourage living on your own and
putting your feet out in the world and not staying home with mom and dad. And if you do stay home with like a guardian or anything, that's not a bad idea. Living off campus saves so much money, but even still going to college, just meeting new people like that are your age that can go out and party. That's fun. That's fun too.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't do that a whole lot.
Yeah, we had our fun. We did, I promise. So please, 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 please do not take this as a sign
to drop out
or not go. I think it is a great place to learn about yourself and learn about your interests.
Absolutely.
There are some things that I'm just like, really? Did they have to charge for that?
There are like some stupid fees.
Oh my gosh, that one class. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you about this. So I just recently graduated in December of 2021. And I had one class, okay? I've been in college for 5.5 years. And this class was
It's called an FYS class, first year seminar.
And I guess because I went to the community college and transferred to Tarleton.
Because Tarleton's a 4-year university.
Yeah. So I guess since I went to the community college and transferred, somehow in that time frame, I did not take that first year seminar. And basically what it is a class telling you about how to keep your classes in line and it was basically how to do college.
Madeline had like a 3.7 GPA. You graduated with a 3.7 GPA.
Yeah. And my,
basically telling you don't do drugs. Don't like if you
go to party, be safe about it.
But it also was saying like there were some helpful things because I had to take that class. There were some helpful things in there saying like, look, if you're doing drugs and somebody overdoses, like don't be scared to call the cops. Like call the cops.
You won't get in trouble.
You won't get in trouble. Like
unless you don't call them and say something happens to them, then yes, you're gonna get in trouble.
There were some really good points in that class that like
But
people should know. But for you, like,
I was kind of a super senior, I guess is what you would call it, right?
yeah.
I was a year or whatever. It doesn't matter. I got it done. So I was talking to my professor or my advisor, sorry, and she was saying, you have this one class that you need to sign up for. And she told me, she was like, why didn't you take that? And I was like, I don't know. No one told me to.
Nobody told me I had to.
And she said, well, we got to put you in that class for you to graduate. And I looked at her and she said, are you 26? And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, oh, well, if you're 26, you would have been automatically exempt from it. And long story short, they were going to make me take the class. And I just kept asking her, I was like, really? I was like, what is this class about? And she read me the detail, like the description of it. And I was like, I've been in college for 5 years now. And she goes, yeah, I don't really agree with it. And she was like, let me talk to my I guess advisors of her. I don't know.
Yeah. Supervisor.
Yeah. And so she said she was going to talk to them, and she basically came back and she's like, yeah, we're not going to make you take it. But they were literally about, this is what I said.
I was about to say that
this is what I said to her.
You missed out like the most important thing.
Yeah. This is what I said to her. I said, because I was 23.
And it was literally your last 22. It was your last college class like you would ever have to take.
Yeah. My last semester of taking classes. And so I told her, I said, so theoretically, if I finish these classes that I want to do right now and I come back when I turn 26, I can pick up my degree, right? And I was like, I don't really need my degree right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's when she was like, I'm going to talk to my supervisors. But they were about to make me pay $800 to take this first year seminar class that's literally on the computer that you just click a couple buttons.
It was literally on the computer. I had an in-person class, but it was just like, yeah, everything's online. Like, you can come in.
You do it at your own pace, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you did it at your own pace.
No. So I had to go into the business building because my first year seminar, I was in business. So I had to go to the business building, and the business professor was just telling me telling everybody like, you need to come in every Tuesday or Thursday, and we'll have some notes. Mia, are you in front of the camera, girl?
She's about to jump on this table.
She's being crazy. Anyways.
Maybe we should lock the cats out.
Yeah.
But then they'll just cry at the door.
We don't know what to do. Mia, what are you doing?
Girl.
She's like biting the lights now. Okay, so
we're almost done. We're almost out of here.
So I basically show up Tuesdays and Thursdays to take notes, and we can have an exam. But everything else was online, and it was just, don't drink when you're pregnant. Like, obviously, like
stuff like
if
that.
If you get pregnant, like, don't drink alcohol. Like, okay.
And how to time manage and things like that.
What's actually really funny though is, I hate to say this, but my first week of college, I was just like, oh yeah, college is gonna be easy. The first week of college, I already had a D in that class because my first year seminar, like the easiest class you could take that was online, I had a D. Because
he didn't turn stuff in on time.
It's because I didn't know how to use Blackboard. Nobody showed us how to use Blackboard at all.
It was Canvas, though, right?
Blackboard first and then Canvas.
Dang, so you were doing Blackboard?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it had already switched. I only did Blackboard for 1 year.
It was hard.
That's weird.
Going from just like paper to all
to
online
having
Blackboard.
To learn a whole new, the first year seminar, I'm not saying they shouldn't have that class. I do believe they should have that
absolutely.
class.
It was just stupid for Madeline to take it.
It was dumb for me to take it as a senior. Literally my last semester, almost out of there. And I've already paid for... I'm not even going to talk about it.
It was annoying.
They screwed me over so many times.
Yeah. One more... Oh, wait, go ahead.
But college is awesome. I do think that if you have the opportunity, you should do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful that I did have the opportunity. I know it's a thing that not everybody does.
And it can be life-changing. Like, some people's lives literally change because of college.
Your parents met each other.
Yeah.
And they met in college. So, you can meet awesome people. You can meet friends.
Absolutely.
You can meet people to... help you out later in life. What is that called? Where you make connections. Connections.
Yeah.
So please, I'm going to say this one more time. I know I've already said it. Please do not take this as a don't go to college, But I feel like there are jobs that you don't really need to.
Yeah. So
if you don't have the opportunity to go to college, don't think your life is set up for failure.
one last thing I want to,
Because it's not.
yeah. One last thing I want to get into is my first semester of college, I was taking English 1 or just English, whatever. And one of the papers that we had to write about was why college isn't for everybody, or is college for everybody? Should everybody go to college? That was like the paper that we had to write. And my professor actually was really funny. She said, I don't think college is for everybody, like after we turned in all of our papers and everything. And so I actually wrote my paper about why college isn't for everybody, because you don't need a college degree to succeed. There are so many people out there that are super successful without a college degree, but having a college degree does help.
It does help for sure.
But I can't say something like I can't say this 100% about the future because we never know.
Mm-hmm.
The future is crazy. Like there are ways of making money on the internet
that nobody even
thought of. Like
10 years ago, people did not. I'd say 15 to 20 years ago, nobody would have thought this was coming.
No.
I mean, not nobody. Some people probably did.
Yeah.
But a majority.
Yeah. And like I know this kind of sounds dumb, but like the metaverse, I don't know much about it or whatever.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I know that's why. But like, I think there are ways to make money there. And you never know, like, because people are doing like NFTs or whatever. I don't own one. I don't know much about them.
I don't either.
But people are making bank from it. I know it's like quick money, but I don't know. I don't think college is for everybody. I don't think every single person needs to go to college.
Yeah. So again, if you don't have the opportunity to go, please know that you're not set up for failure.
Yeah.
You do have potential and you can succeed. Put your mind to it. Figure out what you're good at and go after that.
Yeah. Did we talk about everything we wanted to talk about?
Can
you think of anything else?
I don't know.
I think that's it for this episode.
I'm sure there's going to be some things that we wish we would have said or said differently.
Probably like 5 minutes after this, we'll be like, oh, we should have said
that.
Yeah.
But we have more podcasts to come for you guys. So if you have questions about college that we did not answer, we didn't even get into the financing part of it or just class settings in general.
Basically, community college saved so much money. I recommend you guys going to community college first. There's nothing wrong with going to one.
No.
I was kind of salty. Like the reason why I didn't go at first because I was like, oh, I don't want to go to community college. Community college is like, no, I don't want to go there. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up going to one because it's cheaper. It's the same thing. All my credits could transfer back over to the 4-year university. Like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm glad. Oh, one more thing that we need to talk about was sorry. Like, did you want to talk about whenever, like, what our plan is with the internet, or do you want to talk about that?
Oh, no, episode? We'll get into a different episode. That doesn't have anything to do with this.
Cool.
I mean, kind of. We talked about you wanting to be a photographer.
Yeah.
And us making that.
But just like our
business.
current position right now, that's for another episode.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's it. If you guys do have more questions about college or something, maybe we can do a future episode. Mm-hmm. Let us know.
DM us on Instagram, AX Madeline, AX Steven.
You know what we should do, babe?
Huh?
We should make a Google form where they can fill in and it can be anonymous too. Yeah. So if they want a topic, they don't have to have their name next to it and be embarrassed if it's something like, I don't know.
That is so
out of the
smart.
world. We'll figure that out. By the time this episode goes up, there should be a Google form. I don't know where it'll be listed yet. Maybe in the description.
I don't either. I don't even know if there's a description for some of it. I don't even know how this is going to be uploaded. But
well, if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description
below. Yeah.
And that's where you can give us some advice or suggestions and advice if you guys want to give us advice on if we're doing this right.
Yeah.
We're new to this. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching. We hope to see you guys. No, wait. I totally butchered that. It's so funny because in YouTube videos, if I mess up on the outro, I can just refilm it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Okay, so I'm going to try this one more time. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching this episode. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to drop that like button on YouTube and subscribe down below.
You started to realize you're doing YouTube.
Yeah. So,
basically, thank you guys so much for listening
Yes,
or
thank you.
watching, depending on where you're at. And we hope to see you guys in our, well, don't remember.
it's so hard. It's so hard.
Remember to be kind.
Yes.
And we will see you guys in our next episode. Bye, guys.
Later.